Hey, welcome everybody back to Whiskey Gas Garage. My name is Chad Scott, and I am your host for this episode. And you see what we got going on here. Now, we teased us with a little short video last week, but So, we're building the Lincoln Log Cabin Luxury Living Room Limousine. That's some L's for building it with love. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to take it on Poverty Tour, which we found out is going to start on June the 1st, down Route 66, back through Colorado, Nevada. It's going to be a ball. Can't wait. Thank you again, Dalton, for Polar Garage, for putting all this together for us. So lots going on. If you're going to have a luxury Lincoln Log Cabin living room love limousine, then you better have something to pull behind it, right? Of course. So we went up to Carter Lake, Colorado, and we bought this. This is a 1982 Ford Courier. Just the back part of it. I don't know what happened to the front part. Doesn't matter. But it's got big old beefy tires on it, and it's got shocks and real suspension, and we'll show you all that in a minute. But the idea was I needed a buggy to put behind my buggy to haul the stuff that I carry in my buggy. So if we got the Lincoln Log Cabin limousine, now we're going to need extra stuff. So we got a generator, and we've got to carry some tools with us, and an air compressor, and all the stuff you got to have on Poverty Tour. But with all of that being said, we also need a hot tub, because we're going to build us a hot tub out of a cattle feeding trough and some charcoal briquettes that heat it, and then a boat trolling motor to create the bubbles, and some kind of safety mechanism so you don't cut your hands and feet off for the propeller of the boat trolling. We got ideas that, not unlike the Lincoln Log Cabin itself. We got ideas. So let's just take a good walk around her. We'll show you to her. We'll show you what she's got to offer, and then we'll tell you what we're about to do to her. So let's just take a look at her here. All righty. So here's what we've got. She's about 6 feet long. She's about 6 feet wide. So she's big. She's fine. She's fine. So this has clearly been wrecked, and that's the original frame of the truck, and I really like that. And then somebody's come in and cut and welded other parts of that same frame and welded onto a hitch, and put them a little jack on here, and that's great. They left the emergency brakes, so the emergency brake cables are there. All the lights work in the back, and you can see she's got just an oil bath. She's got a rear end. And that's a Ford 9-inch. It's not. But still, it's on a Ford Courier, and she's got springs and she's got shocks. Now, we're going to take those shocks off, and we're going to replace those with air shocks on both sides, because the 100 gallons of water is 800 pounds, folks. It's kind of heavy. But she's got brand new tires, and these are those 15-inch trailer tires that you can get at the old Tractor Supply or whatever, Rural King or wherever you get them, the 225/75 D15s. D for D's might make it and D's might not, but that's fine. They're brand new, still had the stickers on them, and that's kind of what led me to buy her, is that she had a rigid frame, which we're going to need because we're going to put some weight behind her. And you still got the transmission supports and mounts and brackets and buggies and everything that she should have, she's still got. And that's my saint my mom gave me to watch over my garden, and my garden has thrived. My mom passed back in 2020, but my garden has thrived, so she's kind of watching over us here, and then we've got the trailer watching over her. So she got a topper on her. It's fiberglass, and she got her original lights back here, and like I said, they work. And the original bumper with a hitch. So we've got the Lincoln Log Cabin pulling a trailer with the ability to pull a trailer. It's there. The mind is whirling. So as we open her up here, she's clean in the back. Not much rust at all. Just a good old 19 '82 Ford Courier. I mean, she hadn't been beat on, she hadn't been abused or anything. And then, you know, she's got the old tailgate that pulls down there that kind of extends it. That'll be nice to sit on with Mama and enjoy an adult beverage or six. And then we're gonna, you know, clean these windows and get this cab cleaned up and do lots of stuff to her. She just needs some. She needs some love. She needs some whiskey gas love. She needs some day drinking. Is what she needs, and we're just the guy to do that. So here are our plans. We're gonna grind on her and sand on her and then once we get her all sanded down nice, we're going to fix a couple little whiskey dents in her. There's a little whiskey dent right here we're going to hammer out. Little whiskey dent right here we're going to hammer up and do the best we can. But then we're going to sand on her. We're going to just take where she'll take a little paint. And then on the frame, we're going to get up underneath her and hit her with some navel jelly on a few little rusty spots. Nothing's rusted through, just a little surface rust. And then we're going to do a good old Rust-Oleum paint job on her. A little Rust-Oleum, a little acetone, and a little hardener. And we're gonna get her all fired up and ready to go. And get her back white. So she's going to be the same white as the luxury Lincoln Log Cabin Limousine love child. And then once we get her like that, on this top up here, we're going to actually put the log siding that we put on top of the Lincoln Log Cabin Love Livingroom Limousine layover. Anyway, we're gonna do that, and on the inside we're going to do a spray-on bed liner. We're going to do bed liner on all of the interior, and then on the inside of the cap as well, because it's fiberglass and it's textured and you're never going to get it smooth. So we're gonna do all of that. And then, of course, we're going to have to mount a hitch on the old limousine. And once we get that hitch mounted, then we'll attach her to her, and then we'll start building our charcoal briquette fired hot tub. Yeah, that sounds perfectly safe at every level. How that's going to work, I don't know, but it sounds like a great idea to have a charcoal briquette fired hot tub that you can't control the temperature on, and there's a good chance you'll boil like a lobster in a pot. It'll be fine. Anyway, you all hang in, hang out, and hang on. We're going to get to doing a little sanding on her, and we'll be back with y'all in a few minutes.
I got a call from Chad, said he's building something bad. I said, I hope it's not illegal. And he said, hell no, son, come on over and have some fun. Said, I'll meet you down at the shop. And when I got there, he said, this is what we got. We're pulling a redneck hot tub training behind a Lincoln Log Cabin luxury limousine for the Poverty Tour. 2026, I don't like it. I don't give a shit. Down at the Whiskey Gas Garage, me and Chad, we're getting on.
Now, what we know for sure is that there are as many ways to prep and paint a vehicle as there are guys and gals on YouTube telling you how to prep and paint a vehicle. So my way may not be right. It's just the only way I know how to do it. So what we did was we started with some 180. Now that's pretty coarse grit, but I had to take those damn stripes off. And those stripes, I'm going to go back to 1982. I'm going to find the guy who put those stripes on, and I'm either going to smack him in the mouth or give him $200 for doing such a great job, because they didn't want to come off, but they did with a little encouragement, a lot of encouragement actually. But we got them off, and I didn't want them. We were going to go with just a nice straight white, little black on the bottom. We did just a little bit of redneck body work with 2 hammers and beat things back into place a little bit. We got her cleaned up. Now, we've still got a lot of work to do on her, don't get me wrong. One thing that every guy or gal that does paint work on YouTube will tell you is it ain't the paint that's the problem. That ain't the paint in the paint. That's the paint. The paint is the prep. There's a lot of peas there too, but you got to do all the prep in the world on it. And you can see we put some filler. This is a filler and primer that we put where we took the stripes off, and any place where we got down to metal. We put a little bit of etching primer and then some filler over it, and then places where then we ran out, so we just took some good old white Rust-Oleum semi-gloss, almost the same thing we're going to be using as a finish coat on it, and did it that way. And then just for giggles, we just tested out our black. We sanded him down just a little bit to see how our frame was going to look, and the fact is the frame's going to look pretty damn good. That black is going to look fine. We'll get in again, get under there with some navel jelly, get deep up under there and with some navel jelly and hit some of those high parts, and then we'll go in and spray the whole thing with Rust-Oleum, but also with that's got a hardener in it. So yeah, she's fine. She's coming along. She's going to take just a minute to get right. But we got to keep working. We got a little spot here. I've got to put some spot filler in that fiberglass for that top, and another little place back here, a little crack that's going to need some a little bit of spot filler, and then we'll sand her down good. Again, remember what we're doing here. We're rednecking it. We're building it's a hot tub. It's a hot tub to pull behind a log cabin limousine. She ain't no show car, but that being said, we are giving it away. We are going to be selling 2,000 raffle tickets at $5 a piece for $10,000. We're going to donate $10,000 to Wounded Warriors. So we are going to be giving her away, and I do want to make her as nice as we can for the time and the money that we're going to spend on her, because this is all coming out of our pockets, and that's fine. Wounded Warriors is very, very close to my heart, as many of you know. I am one, and as one, you feel like you want to help take care of those that are a little less fortunate than you turned out to be, for sure. So we've got still a lot of work to do. I'm going to get in here with some 800. Oh God, 800, because we did 180 and then we did 320 over the 180, and then we put the primer on. Now we're going to come in with maybe some 600, maybe some 800. We're just going to do a little bit of wet sanding. Now I know, again, everybody does it different, but I wet sand with a little bit of a 800 or 600 or green cloth, red cloth, whatever, and a little bit of water and a little bit of Dawn dishwashing soap, because if it's good enough to get oil off ducks, is damn sure good enough to get the grime off of our redneck hot tub. I think so. I think you think so too. So we're going to keep at it here. Y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on.
Well, if your ride's broke down and looking sad, got a clunker car, it's just plain bad. Don't you fret, don't you worry, don't you sass. Just bring it on down to Chad's Whiskey Gas. He's Chad, he's wild, he's got the speed, fixing up rust buckets, planting a new seed in the Whiskey Gas garage. You know it's true. He'll get that old forgotten clunker feeling brand new.
So we've got her all taped off and looking taped off. And for those of you who are going to comment and ask the question, let me go ahead and answer for you now. Isn't that the wrapping paper that your wife Jamie just bought off the old Amazon Prime days? And I'm going to tell you exactly like I told her. First off, mind your business. And second off, the hot tub trailer we're going to pull behind the Lincoln log cabin, it's like a gift to my subscribers. And when you have a gift, then you wrap it. You put gift wrap on it. So we're wrapping. I'm doing this for you. And if you use that kind of logic, you too can sleep on the couch tonight. That's where I'm going to be. So there's that. So we got her all taped off. I'm going to take her now and we're going to back Jamie's Jeep out while she's at the movies. I'm sorry, I said Jeep. She'll shoot me. Her Bronco. I'll get her Bronco out of the spare bay of the garage that is apparently her bay. Well, it always was. And then I took it, and it's a long story. But we got to get this thing in the old whiskey gas garage, and then we got to go get our Rust-Oleum paint and our acetone and our hardener and is her gun, and we got to mix, and all that's coming up. But this, she's gonna be white and black. So there's gonna be some black by the time the episode's over. So y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I told you we were going to do a Rust-Oleum paint job, and how I normally do these is pretty simple. You go buy a gallon of Rust-Oleum paint. You know, it's a good oil-based paint, probably some of the only oil-based paint still out there for sale. And then you mix it with a little acetone, kind of 60-30 acetone and then 10% hardener, and that does a great job. And then I got to the old hardware store who never, ever has turbo cans, and bigger than Christmas. 6 turbo cans right there on the shelf. So we've decided we're going to turbo can it. Have I ever done it before? No. Have I spray painted? Of course. I've spray painted everything that's ever not been nailed down, but I've never used one of these big turbo cans before. So I'm going to do this first can in real time. And we'll start way up here on the top where you can't see it if I screw it up too bad. And I shook her pretty good. And she looked pretty ominous, I'm not going to lie to you. Let's see what it'll do here. Oh, wow. Oh, that is a huge spray pattern, guys. I'm just going to try to get a very light coat on. Wow. That really comes out. You've got to move. You've got to move. Because it will absolutely run on you if you do not. That comes out in pretty high volume. Let me get some of the side of this here. And again, I'm just trying to do just a scratch coat. Wow, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. That is going on as smooth as it can be. The fan on this thing, the tip is absolutely huge. Now, one of the things I can already tell is this going to have some overspray. Just look at you can look and see what we've done on the black here. There's a ton of overspray already right across here. So you got to be cognizant of that when you use one of these cans. But my goodness, that just does, we're not even through a half a can, it feels like. And we're almost done. And of course I bought 6 cans because that's how many they had. And they weren't too terribly expensive, $14, $15 a can. Let's see, get this out of the way. Woo! One of the things I just learned about turbo painting is you better get your respirator out. I know we're moving while we're talking, it's okay. Y'all will understand it. That's just where we are right now. Ooh, I gotta get a respirator on. Crack a door open or something, because we are higher than Cooter Brown right now. Woo, doggy. Ooh, I'll tell you fellas, that's almost as good as a whiskey. And I wouldn't lie about something like that. You know, I'll lie about a lot of things. Whiskey ain't one of them, so, ooh-wee. Let's see here. Let's get her old. There we go. She really fans out thick. And I forgot to tape off my tail lights, but that's fine. Man, she just... She just goes on thick. That's just all there is to it. I'll come back and take these off and hit this again when I get the base coat ready to go on. So we did almost the entire body with kind of a base, just a sticky coat now, not enough to cover the whole thing, but a base to cover enough to definitely get a good second coat on. I would say we could get full coverage with 2 coats. But let me tape off these back lights here, and then we'll be right back with y'all. Hang in, hang out, and hang on. Ooh, are my pupils dilated? I'm feeling a little woozy. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a whole lot of buzz about the Folsom Prison Bus and the Lincoln Log Cabin Limousine. It's been all over the news on Facebook and YouTube and every Redneck magazine. But there's something else going on down at Whiskey Gascaron's, and it's something that you've never seen. Chad's building a race car from a 1986 Yugo and a Triumph. And when he gets it running right, he's gonna race it in the 24 hours of lemons. And when he takes it to the track, y'all are never gonna look back. And if you're there, you'll have the time of your life, 'cause he's got his own camera crew. And y'all are gonna be on YouTube if you see a little car.
Well, folks, we're about 10 minutes out of laying down the last coat. And I could have really done it in 2 cans. I went ahead and did it in 3 and laid a little extra heavy coat on top here, because that's where the sun's going to be beating down. But just, you know, she wasn't perfect to start with. And we were not doing body work. We just wanted her one color, and we wanted her white. Because remember, the topper, we just wanted the roof white, really. The topper sides will be covered by logs, by the same log siding we're using on top of the Lincoln Log Cabin Limousine. And I love it. I love it. These turbo cans are the way to go. If you have any confidence at all in your ability to use a regular spray can, these do fine. Now, is there a little bit of orange peel on the fiberglass? The answer is yes. A little bit, but it's not terrible. It's really not. We'll see how it dries. You can hear me squishing on the floor. There's a lot of overspray with these cans, folks. A lot of overspray. And so don't wear any kind of shoes that you care much about. I don't care much about these old shoes, but they're going to be fine. But it's, yeah, it came as advertised. Now, we've still got to paint the cleats that go on all these holes here.
And then we got to get underneath it and get the frame cleaned up a little bit. And then we're going to paint all this frame black. After this dries good and hard, I will come back and we'll paint this frame black after we navel jelly the underside, and we'll put all these 500 miles of cord that they have here for the brake lights. I will put all that in some cord protectors, and then we'll undercoat the whole thing. Wow, what a huge difference that made. I mean, just in the look of it from this angle, it looks fantastic. By the time we get those logs on the side, because we'll keep the windows, will be a log on the bottom and kind of a log on the top, and then a couple of pieces of angle to hold the log in. It's going to look really cool. It's going to be very, very different. So y'all hang in, hang out, hang on. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Hey, welcome back. It's the next morning here at the Whiskey Gas Garage, and we've let her sit and dry overnight. Now, we stuck a little paint on that tongue just to see how it would look, but we're just, we put a little love on it, a little of that navel jelly on some of the outward rust spots. Everything on this thing is just surface rust. There's nothing rusted through anywhere on the frame. But we put our cleats on it, back on it here. And, you know, I love those old cleats. I think that's something that they got away from in trucks that they need to go back to. Yeah, whether you got a topper or not, it's really nice to have those cleats. So we painted those black. Remember, they were blue like the rest of the buggy. But I'll tell you this morning, she's looking good. She really hardened up overnight. Is it perfectly dry yet? I'm going to go with no. You know, and I always test these by, can I get a fingernail in the paint and make a dent? And the fact is, on the topper, you can't because it's fiberglass. But on the body, yeah, if you pushed really hard, you could get a thumbnail in there. But I'm not going to, because I'm gonna let her continue to dry a little bit. But boy, she came out good. You know, I'm really thinking that the old Yugo might get the turbo cans in red when we get ready to paint her up and get her looking right. But she's come a long way in the time that we have invested in her, in the money, quite frankly, that we have invested in her. So here we are. Now we're going to get underneath her and do some undercoating. I bought a couple of different undercoating products I wanted to try out. And we'll show you a little bit about that. But we'll get under there and try to get her undercoated. And then I'm not quite ready in my heart of hearts to put tape on her yet, to tape her off to finish painting the frame out here. You know, I just don't want any overspray on it. And remember, we're going to build a big wooden Trex deck to go over that tongue right there, where we'll mount our generator that'll power the Lincoln log cabin and the Redneck hot tub bathroom. So there's lots still left to do, but we're going to get underneath her here and do a little undercoating and see where we go from there. Y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on.
I got a call from Chad, said he's building something bad. I said, I hope it's not illegal. And he said, hell no, son, come on over and have some fun. Said, I'll meet you down at the shop. And when I got there, he said, this is what we got. We're pulling a redneck hot tub training behind a Lincoln log cabin luxury limousine for the poverty tour. 2020 says they don't like it. I don't give a shit. Down at the Whiskey Gas Garage, me and Shay.
All right, guys and gals and super pals. That seems right. That's where we're going to leave her for this episode. So you saw we got up underneath her here, and we loved on her, and we got her all undercoated. Now, there's two kinds of undercoating we use by Rust-Oleum. One was like pro grade, and one was like the other Rust-Oleum undercoating. And the difference I can tell in the two undercoatings is $6 a can. Get the cheap stuff. I got it because they didn't have enough of what I wanted. I did underneath here with 4 cans of undercoating, and we put her on pretty thick. I'm not gonna lie to you, she's pretty thick in there. So, but she looks fine. She looks good for everything that we wanted to get done to her. So I think we're going to be it worked out fine. So if y'all, you can do this. Crawl under the damn thing, get you some spray cans, and shoot her up good. That's all you got to do to make her look the way you want her to look. So if y'all need anything, any help, don't hesitate to reach out. That's why we're here. If you need merch, let us know. We'll get you a t-shirt and a sticker, because that's all the merch we have. Tune in next time. We're going to be doing the back of it. We're going to do a Herculiner, roll-on bed liner in the back. We're going to black out the windows because we don't want people watching us in our redneck hot tub. And then we're going to install all the bathroom stuff. So y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on.